Would you like to boost your open rates, reply rates, and sales with cold email? Well, in this video, I'm going to teach you exactly why 99% of cold emails are total trash. Because over the last year, I've sent over 30,000 cold emails. Some of them did really well, some of them failed hard. And in this video, I'm going to teach you exactly what I learned, the biggest mistakes I see most people make when it comes to cold email, and how to avoid them. Plus, make sure you watch all the way to the end, because I'll give you some actionable ways to improve your cold email results and drive more sales with outreach. So let's jump into it. So if there's one thing that I've learned from cold email, it's the Propre effect, right? So let me give you an example. Let's say you have a pie, you're baking a pie, it's an apple pie, it's going to be incredible, and you've got the pastry, you've got the perfect ingredients, you've set the oven at the perfect temperature, you've cooked it for the perfect time, and you followed this recipe to perfection, apart from one tiny thing, which is that you've dropped a tablespoon of paprika into the pie, right? And that just ruins it. Okay, so even though you stuck to the recipe and you've done 99.9% of everything right, apart from this one little teaspoon of paprika, it's messed up the whole thing. And it's exactly the same with cold email, right? So you can perfect all the elements of a great cold email, but if you mess up on one tiny element, it can ruin the whole campaign. So for example, let's say you choose the wrong subject line, that'll ruin your campaign. Or if you include a spelling mistake in the first line, chances are people aren't going to read it after that point. Or even if you send the campaign from the wrong email address. Let's say you send it from an email address that has a very poor sending reputation. That will mean you land in the spam inbox 99 times out of 100. And that's the brutal truth about cold email that most people won't tell you. So when it comes to outreach, you can't really half-ass it. But if you learn that now, then it will save you a lot of time, money, and energy in the future, especially if you're hiring a team, spending hours copywriting, doing lots of prospecting. All of these activities will be kind of wasted if you get one ingredient of the full recipe wrong. So, you can't really apply the 80-20 rule to emails. Now, a big mistake that I see in pretty much every single cold email that I've ever read is the fact that they're just so damn boring. So when I read it, picture me as Gary, right? I'm walking into the office, it's a midweek grind, I hate my job, my wife's cheating on me, and then I log on to my laptop and I see your boring email. All I'm gonna do is delete it or hit the spam button. And that's a big problem for you if you wanna get a response, especially because you wanna get like some sort of emotional reaction from the cold email to make sure that they engage with it. And I know what you're talking about probably isn't the sexiest thing in the world. Usually it's quite a boring topic, but that doesn't mean you can't spice it up with a joke or a pun or even a poem if you're feeling adventurous. But whatever you do, make sure it's not boring and that it stands out from every single other email in that inbox, especially if you want to get the results that you need. And another mistake I see most people making when it comes to cold email is just writing too much damn content when they send the outreach email. So for example, when you send an email to someone, you have about 3 seconds when they open the email and they read it to grab their attention. So when they scan through the email and they see there's loads of text, there's too many paragraphs, all they're going to do is either hit the spam button and send it to the junk inbox, or they're going to scan through, delete it, and not look at it, simply because it's too much effort and there's too much work involved in replying to someone they don't even know. So that's why you have to keep your copywriting short, simple, straight to the point, and as concise as possible. This will make a huge difference when people look at your emails. I also see a lot of people using templates. So they can't be bothered to write the template themselves. They just grab one off the internet, copy and paste it into the email, and then hope that it works. But the problem with email templates is, there's a million other people that have sent that before. And if you use blogs or you use like templates of really popular resources to send yourself, the thing is that's been spammed by so many people, it doesn't even work anymore. And that's why I recommend just taking a bit of extra time to create your own original template. Now, sure, you can use others for inspiration, but the trick is to personalize it yourself and add your own unique touch to it so that no one else can copy it. And the more unique you are, the more you're going to stand out. Another thing I see all the time, and this pretty much kills me, is the fact that when I read a cold email, it's so self-promotional, it's so self-focused on the person who's sending it that they don't really care what the benefits are to the person reading it. And so when you read this email and you scan through it, you're like, well, what's in it for me? Why should I help this person when they don't even care about my needs? And the truth is that if you're sending a cold email, you need to give value and you need to be focused on the other person rather than yourself. So for example, if you're sending a cold outreach email about guest blogging, then you need to be really focused on why is that beneficial for the person reading it? How can you help them? How can you serve them? And if you focus on that instead of, okay, this guest blog is all about me and I'm going to write the content, then you're going to see a much better results. So you have to think about how can you make it win-win and how can you make it value-driven too. Another mistake that I see so many people make is spelling and grammatical errors in their email copy. And the biggest problem is that in 2020, we have so many tools to help us, okay? You have Grammarly, you got spell checkers, you got all these tools that make us the laziest spellers in the world, but we literally have no excuses not to get this right. And if you're sending an email to hundreds or even thousands of people, you can spend a little bit of time making sure there's no mistakes in the copywriting. So that's something that blows my mind. People still do this, but if you're making that mistake or you're trying to rush email, then try and take those extra minutes to proofread it and make sure there's no grammatical or spelling errors. Something super basic that most people overlook is formatting, right? So when you're formatting your email, you want to keep it plain text because that will improve your deliverability. If you use loads of HTML elements and images in your document, then when you're sending this email, loads of servers are going to pick it up as either promotional or they may block the images too, which means that the time you spent creating those images is kind of wasted and no one's going to see it anyway. It also makes the email look kind of funny when you can't see images, and it kind of skews the message of the email too. So let me give you an example, right? Another big problem that I see is people like add in like extra spaces where you don't need them in an email. And it's kind of like going back to that apple pie, right? You don't want 2 pastries on your apple pie, you want 1. And it's the same with emails. You don't want 2 spaces between your paragraphs, you want 1. And even though this is basic and it may seem simple, most people overlook it, and it is something that makes a slight difference. Now, something else that takes a biscuit and will destroy your deliverability rates is bombing loads of links into your email copy. So if you spam your email copywriting with loads of links, you know, all the way through your email, it's going to look super spammy. But also, if you have loads of links, then email servers will pick that up too, and they will usually block it. So if you want to chuck in loads of links, feel free, but don't expect anyone to read it. And that's why you have to be careful about how many links you include. Usually if I send a cold email, I'm going to include maximum 3, but usually I try to keep it minimal and even lower than that. And the more you practice this, the better you'll get at making sure your email copy is more concise, but also that it has less links in it too. The other thing as well that, you know, it's kind of annoying. Like if you keep bombing loads of links into your email and someone reads it, then they're going to think, what the hell, why are you sending me so many links, man? I got the URL the first time. So that's something else you should think about. So that's it for me and the reasons why 99% of outreach emails are total trash. So next time you're writing your email campaign, think about the apple pie. Don't chuck any paprika in there and you'll probably see much better results. So thanks for watching. Please smash a like on this video if it helped you. But if it didn't, please smash a like on this video for this hairstyle I had in 2008.